Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, today's video, I'm going to be going over why do we suffer and how we can overcome this suffering. All right, it may seem like the world is going through chaos, the world is going through turmoil. You know, we have all these wars, these conflicts. We might have our own personal issues within our own personal lives. You know, within ourselves, we might have family issues. You know, things like that. All right, but I truly believe that this is the greatest time to be alive. Everybody's always, downplaying all this. This is the end. You know, everything's going to, everything's turning out bad. Everything's going down bad. You know, the world is spiraling out of control. But I believe it's important for everybody to have a positive mindset because I truly believe this is the best time to be alive. All right, there's a conscious shift going on. We're heading to a new era. We're heading to a new golden age. All right, we need to see the bigger picture in life. We need to see, we need to see the brighter side of the spectrum. All right, there are more people that are becoming more awakened. And once we're able to, awaken as many people and to help as many people as possible, we're able to, have that rebirth of a new earth. This is the time for a rebirth of a new earth. All right. And the main reason why people feel that they are suffering, or people are suffering in general, is because they don't know themselves. They don't know who their true nature is. They don't know who they are underneath this skin, underneath this flesh. All right. So once we're able to help as many people as we can and to, open up people's minds to who they truly are, then we're able to end this suffering altogether. All right. We're all supposed to be going through bad times. It's a part of life, but we're not supposed to be suffering from all this pain and all this, turmoil and hardships that we're going through. All right. So that's key to remember. All right. So in this video, I'm going to be going over why do we suffer and how we can overcome this suffering. All right. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing you have to realize is human life is full of suffering and sorrow. Now, a lot of us are always going through some type of, hardships, battles, things that we're going through in life. We're always suffering. We're always, in a pity party. We're always feeling sorrowful, always feeling sorry for ourselves, thinking that we're not good at this. We're not good enough when it comes to certain situations and, things of that nature. All right. So it's not the main reason why we are suffering is not because of our circumstances or, that's just life in general. That's what life is. That's what life provides. We need to understand that in order for us to see the positive impact on the world, see a positive image on the world, and to take opportunity with what we have in front of us, in order for us to take opportunity of that, we need to change ourselves. We need to look ourselves in the mirror and to realize that we need to change. We need to take some time out of ourselves to understand ourselves, to change ourselves for the better. All right. The reason why you see the world in a negative light and the reason why you're suffering altogether is because you haven't changed yourself. You haven't looked at yourself in the mirror. You haven't, faced your own problems within your own life. All right. So I believe if we are able to change ourselves and to look ourselves in the mirror and to, reconstruct ourselves and to go on our self-improvement journeys and things of that nature, we're able to see the world in a different light. We're able to not only help ourselves, but to help other people and to change the world for the better. All right. So the first thing we need to realize is, human life is full of suffering and sorrow, but we can change that. So the second thing, it is caused by people's greedy desire for power, pleasure, and possessions. Now, especially in this country here in America, we live in a capitalist society. We're always, hungry. We're money hungry. We're always trying to, go for the next, thing that can make us more money, that give us more fame, more power, more fortune. We're always thinking about ourselves and always thinking about our own personal greed and our own personal satisfaction. All right, so I believe if we're able to eliminate that, or if we're able to eliminate our ego, eliminate all our earthly needs and desires, we are able to change ourselves. That is the first step that we need to do. We need to eliminate all ego, all, earthly desires, earthly pleasures, because it's all an illusion at the end of the day. It keeps us from realizing who we truly are. It keeps us from attaining that, that God level status. It keeps us from having a relationship with God at the end of the day. So we need to eliminate and to, get rid of, all ego, all attachments, all compulsionary desires and things of that nature. We need to realize who we truly are, and we don't need any of those things whatsoever. So the third thing we need to realize, it will end when people overcome their greed. Now, when we take action, when we take forth the action to overcome this greed, to overcome these attachments, to overcome these, these mindsets, these things that we're thinking about on a day-to-day basis, when we're able to look ourselves in the mirror and to change ourselves for the better, and to get rid of all this greed and attachments and satisfaction and things of that nature, we're able to look at the bigger picture. We're able to look at life in a positive light instead of darkness, instead of negativity, right? So we need to take action. We need to, change ourselves and to overcome all this greed and overcome all this negativity and these wars and conflicts, all right? So the fourth thing, people can overcome their greed if they ask themselves these questions. Now, I have written down some of these questions that you need to ask yourself. You need to take some time out of your day, take some time out of your, whatever you're doing, to ask yourself these questions. Right? It's important for us to ask ourselves these questions on a day-to-day basis. All right. So the first question is, am I truly committed to live compassionately? Now, are you truly able to live compassionately? Are you able to, think about other people? Are you able to think about, something other than yourself? All right. We used to live, we are so caught up in our ego, so caught up in our needs. We always, thinking about, what I need what I need, gimme, gimme, gimme. We're always looking for something that we can take instead of, giving. All right. When you will notice the difference when you are thinking about other people and what you can give and what you can, what you can provide for other people, what you can provide for the world. All right. Just notice it. You just, take some time out of your day, to give to the homeless or to donate to charity or to, make videos like this, expressing your stories and, trying to help people out in any way you can. You'll notice a big change inside of you. You'll notice a big change in your heart. You'll notice a big change in your mood and how you feel throughout the day once you're able to think about people and think about something other than yourself, where you can take instead, what you can give instead of what you can take. All right. So first question you need to ask yourself, am I able to live compassionately for others? So number two, am I seeing what's really there or what I want to see? Now, are you seeing, the bigger picture in life? Are you seeing the world for what it is? Or you still have that veil over your eyes? Or are you still living in the matrix? Are you still, living in a blind way, just walking around blind, thinking the world is okay, you just have this blindfold over your eyes? Or are you able to see the bigger picture in life? Are you able to, overcome all this illusion, overcome, the system and, what this world is trying to provide for you? All right. So once you're able to, establish yourself and to awaken yourself and to realize that this world isn't what it seems, and, the world doesn't care about you, the world, doesn't provide, the world doesn't have their best interest in you. Once you're able to understand that and to realize that, then you are progressing in life. You are on that road to success. You're on that road to self-improvement. So the third question, am I focusing on the right things? Now, where is your headspace at? Are you focusing on the right things? Are you focusing on the positive things? Are you focusing on what you need to do in order to better yourself and better your life? Or are you always in a negative mindset? You're always thinking about negativity. You're always thinking about, I'm not good enough, or I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm not capable of, conquering my goals and my dreams and things of that nature. All right, so you need to ask yourself, am I thinking in a positive light? Am I thinking, my strengths? Am I focusing on my strengths and harnessing and sharpening my weaknesses so they can become strengths? Or am I focusing on my weaknesses and focusing on, the things that I think, are hindering me and, making me do this and making me feel a certain way and things of that nature. So always, ask yourself, always encourage yourself, always working on yourself, be in the gym with your life, be in the lab with your life, and always, have positive images and positive thoughts in your head as opposed to negatives. So number 4, am I fully aware of the present moment? Now, I truly believe it's important for us to always be in the present moment. We're always, thinking about certain things when we're going through our day-to-day lives, and we're always scrolling through our phones when we're not working, when we're taking a break from our job, or we're just doing things around the house. Are you in the present moment, or are you just scrolling through social media as a coping mechanism? Are you always thinking about the future? Are you thinking about the past? Your mind is all cluttered and you're just, all types of thoughts popping up in your head. Or are you in the present moment? Right? Take some time to be mindful and to always be in the present moment, to not have any, negative thoughts linger in your mind. Because it's important. It's important for your mental health as well. Because we're always thinking about, things that, that don't deal with us at the end of the day, that don't provide us any, solitude or a peace of mind. We're always focusing on other things that don't have anything to do with us. It can cause us to, have that feeling that, we're not good enough, or, we're just always thinking about other things other than the present moment. So it's important for us to be in that present moment, whatever you're doing in life, so you can have that peace and satisfaction, that tranquility that you desire and that you need. So number 5, am I treating others the way I want to be treated? Now, are you treating other people the way you want to be treated? Are you treating people in a positive light, or are you treating people in a negative sense? Right? How they say, what you reap is what you sow. What comes around goes around. All right. So if you want to be treated as a treated positively, if you want to be treated as a good person, if you want to be treated with respect and dignity, then you need to show the same towards other people you're interacting with. When you're always, in a negative mood, you're always you always have a negative mindset, and you take your problems out on other people, whether it be your spouse or your family members or your coworkers or your friends, then they're not going to show that same respect to you back. You're always going to be living in darkness. You're always going to be not much of a positive person at the end of the day. So you need to always be treating people, even if people are treating you in a negative way and treating you in a negative sense. Always be a positive person to spread love and to show love, because you'll get that same in return. If you're spreading love and pouring out positivity, all throughout your daily life, you're gonna get the same back, right? And then we need to be in that mindset to where if you don't receive, any positivity or love back, be okay with that, because nothing lasts forever. All this, everything that you're going through, negativity, hardships, battles, it doesn't last. We always need to have that in the back of our minds. None of this stuff lasts. All right. So be in that mindset to where if you're going through anything, if you're going through hard times, be okay with that. Say, it's all right. I can deal with this. I have that, I have that strength. All this strength is inside of me. You need to realize that all that strength that you have is inside of you. All that God-given power, all that God-given energy is inside of you. So you're able to overcome all things and all obstacles. Number 6, do I always practice what I preach? Now, everything that I teach, within my own YouTube channel, all these videos that I have uploaded on my channel, everything that I talk, I always, try my best to implement everything that I teach into my day-to-day life. All right. Am I perfect? No, of course not. But everything that I say and everything that I do, everything that I preach, everything that I teach to you all, I always try to implement that into my day, into my life, in order for me to better myself. But so what good does it do that I'm telling you all these things? I'm giving you all this knowledge and wisdom, trying to help you out, when I'm not trying to do the same within my own life. I'm not trying to improve my own life. I'm not trying to implement these and these this information, these keys to better my life and to better my situation. All right, so you need to ask yourself, what I'm putting out, what I'm saying to myself, what am I saying to other people? Am I practicing what I preach at the end of the day? So number 7, have I lost sight of my calling? Now, have I lost sight of who I truly am? Am I, once we're going on our awakening journey, our spiritual journey, and we decide to, slip up, or we start to backslide, always ask yourself this question: am I losing my train of thought? Am I losing my calling? Am I, losing my grip on life? Am I losing my sense of what I'm supposed to do in this life? All right, so you need to always ask yourself. You need to always ask yourself this question, especially. All right, am I on the right path? Am I, deterring away and going through that broader gate? Am I sticking to that narrow path? Am I sticking to that narrow gate? Am I always learning, gaining knowledge and wisdom? Am I always, showing love and gratitude and, showing hospitality to myself and other people? Am I truly, focusing on my calling, focusing on my purpose? Am I focusing on my purpose each and every day? All right. And last but not least, number 8, am I pushing myself too hard or not hard enough? Now, I believe it's important to have balance within your life, right? Some people, they tend to try to overwork themselves and to work hard to achieve this certain thing, whether that be, making more money on their job, or, they're exercising. They try to push themselves to the limit. All right, that's not the smart way to go. All right, you need to, have that balance, because you can't be slothful. You can't be having a slothful spirit. It's, taking the easy way out with whatever you're doing in life. But you can't overexert yourself. You can't, push yourself to the max and to, tire yourself out at the end of the day. All right, so that's why I believe it's important to have balance, to, work smarter but not harder, but not be slothful or lazy at the same time. All right, so there needs to be a balance in that equilibrium. All right, so you need to ask yourself, am I working too hard? Am I overexerting myself? Am I not giving myself time to recuperate, to ground myself and to rest? And am I, being too slothful, or am I being, chill and laid back and not reaching my full potential at the end of the day? All right. So these are some questions that you need to ask yourself. I encourage all of you to, ask yourself these questions on a day-to-day basis, to keep track of what you're doing and to, keep your mind active. All right, because these are some important questions that you need to ask in order for you to, change yourself and to change who you are, so you can have a different perspective on the outside. You need to be one to ask yourself these questions. Are you ready to see what's underneath the veil? Are you ready to become a changed person? Are you ready to escape the matrix? All right. So you always need to remember that human life is full of suffering and sorrow. It is caused by people's greedy desire for power, pleasure, and possessions. It will end when people overcome their greed, and people can overcome their greed if they ask themselves these questions I have listed on here on this board right here. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this video is able to, help you out, to, inform you, to make you think outside the box, to always, research, dissect everything, to always become a better person, to strive to become a better person each and every day, and things of that nature. All right. So till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within, and always keep the faith, because God and the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys. God bless.